Welcome back, everybody. So my next movie review for you is Star Wars: Rise of the Skywalker. So this next installment in the Star Wars franchise was directed by J.J. Abrams. It has a cast that consists of Daisy Ridley, John Boyega, Adam Driver, Mark Hamill, Oscar Isaacs, Billy D. Williams, Carrie Fisher, plus many, many others. So in this new installment in the Star Wars franchise, the Resistance find out that Palpatine, Emperor Palpatine, did not die at the hands of Darth Vader, and basically the clock is ticking for the Resistance to find the whereabouts of where he is to stop the First Order's plan to build or form a new empire. Now, before I go really into depth with this movie review, I have to say I'm not a huge Star Wars fan. Okay, I have seen the first two of these ones, and I've seen pretty much all the Star Wars movies apart from Rogue One. I cannot honestly say that I'm a huge fan, so I am just going to be reviewing this on entertainment value, what it looks like, how I felt, was it easy to watch, was it overcomplicated, or anything like that. And that's basically what I'm going to be focused on in this movie review, because where I'm not a big Star Wars fan, I'm sure there are things in there that the big Star Wars fans wanted to see and probably didn't get to see. And, there's probably a little bit on and off with this movie. But for me, I found this very, very entertaining. I did. Honestly, I did see the last one. I was entertained by that one. I've seen this one now, and I was entertained by this as well. The one thing I enjoyed about this movie is they didn't take long to set up the storyline, and they pretty much tell you the whole of the storyline. It was almost like, okay, so this is what's going to be happening. This is what we got to do. Now let's get on with showing the action, the big CGI spectacle kind of thing, and it does have that feel. It's There are subplot lines going on in this movie which are very, very good, but the main storyline in this is laid out very, very quickly in this movie, and it is almost like they're just paving the way for it to just be a massive Hollywood spectacle. And it is, to be honest with you, there is quite a fair bit going on in this movie in certain places. The one thing I did find is I was never bored in this movie. There are slower moments in here, but they never bored me because they were all obviously where they're all connected to the storyline, and I don't know the universe that well. I couldn't predict this movie as such about what's going to happen towards the end, but I could, and I couldn't. It's one of them for me because obviously I don't know this universe that well. I'm not gonna, I'm pretty sure there are things going on in there which I missed, which probably most of the hardcore Star Wars fans noticed. But for me, entertainment value, it wasn't. It was an enjoyable watch. The storyline is set out quite early in the movie, and this, like I said, it leads on to this big, and it does. I have to be honest with you, it does feel like a very big Hollywood spectacle kind of movie. There is, like I said, quite a lot going on in certain places, and I didn't find myself struggling. It was just like there is a lot going on. It didn't numb down so much my my concentration, or it didn't put me off the movie. It just, you just notice that there is quite a fair bit going on. There is a lot of CGI in this. It has to be, obviously, because it is a Star Wars movie, but it does actually work really, really well. And the action sequences in this and fight sequences in this movie are actually quite entertaining. There is one which seemed a little bit off, to be fair, and it didn't seem like there was a lot of effort, and it was between Ray and the other dude, played by Adam Driver. I can't remember his name, character name, and where they're on, is it the old Death Star? That fight scene on there seemed just a little bit, ugh, to me. Knowing that they're probably both Jedi's, that fight scene just felt a little bit off. If that makes sense, I expected it to be a lot more dramatic than what it was. It just seemed like I'm just gonna do this and I'm just gonna do that, and it didn't. It had the potential to be something really, really good, and it just, in my personal opinion, failed to deliver on that side. There's things in here I like. All the performances I actually did enjoy in this, to be fair. I like John Boyega, but you don't get to see, I don't think you get to see a huge amount of him in this movie. He is a big key pivotal role towards the end, and he is quite good towards the end. There are comedic moments in this movie as well. Again, this could be a problem, and it's something that I picked up on, is either the comedic moments weren't funny or they were just a little bit off point. Strictly because they just like when they delivered these, there are only small comedic moments in this, and there's not a huge amount of this in there because, to be fair, towards the end it becomes quite a serious film, but it, they just seemed really off. You know, like they shouldn't have been in there. It just wasn't the right time to introduce that kind of comedic element in this movie. Um, Visually in this, the visuals and CGI very very good. I have to admit, you can see there was a bit of time put in there. It didn't look shoddy or anything like that. There was a lot of time being put into this movie, or like just for the visual wise. Musical score very very good. Like I said, the performances I enjoyed most. All of the performances in here, I especially enjoyed the little mechanic thingy, um, creature who was working on not R2D2, C3PO when it's taken out that that is the funniest character in the whole of that movie, to be fair. I giggled every time I saw that character. Even when it even opened up its mouth, it was so so funny. Um, I also got to see I noticed all the throwbacks in this to the other movies. It is a bit of an it is a slight little bit of an emotional roller coaster as well. It had its kind of funny moments, it had its very serious moments, it had action moments, it had that kind of very sad down kind of moments, mainly towards the end. And you know, for me, who's somebody who's not a huge Star Wars fan, but have watched these movies, I was entertained, and that is pure and simple for me. I was just entertained by this movie. Um, I don't want to go too into depth for this because obviously, where I don't know this universe, I don't want to make myself look like an idiot in any way, shape, or form. But for me, if I was to rate this, I would give this 8 out of 10. And the only reason why I'm giving it 8 out of 10 is because, like I said, the comedic moments in here just seemed off point and they didn't really need to be in there as such, or they just weren't funny for me. And well, apart from that, I did enjoy it, to be fair. So I might even bump this up to like 9, to be fair. I think I might bump it up to 9 because strictly because I just enjoyed it because of entertainment value. So somebody that doesn't know the Star Wars universe that well or isn't a hardcore fan, I think you would get entertainment from this. It's not a bad movie in any way. It's definitely not a bad movie. It's an enjoyable, like kind of family adventure movie with some quite serious points in here, or serious moments, which just made for good entertainment in my personal opinion. So on that note, please tell me what you think. Put it in the comments down below as normal. Hope you all have a great rest of the day, whatever you're doing. Please take care and goodbye.